Fresh uncertainty has emerged over proposed security guarantees for Ukraine following talks between Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff in Alaska last week. Mr. Witkoff suggested the discussions had produced Article 5-like protections for Kyiv, raising expectations of a potential breakthrough. European governments quickly responded, exploring ways to build on this momentum. Britain and France considered the possibility of limited troop deployments, while the United States examined options to strengthen aerial protection. However, Moscow soon pushed back, questioning what had actually been agreed. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that any security framework must include Russia and be implemented on an equal basis, alongside China, the United States, the United Kingdom and France. He argued that efforts to negotiate without Moscow were unrealistic and recalled proposals from 2 years earlier in Istanbul, which required unanimous agreement from all guarantors, including Russia, before any defensive measures for Ukraine could be taken. This stance has fueled skepticism among analysts and policymakers, many of whom believe Moscow has not shifted its position since the start of the conflict. Critics argue the recent talks risked creating confusion and unrealistic expectations. Some suggested that U.S. envoys may have overestimated Russia's willingness to compromise. The debate comes as former President Donald Trump stated that Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky were preparing for direct talks. He indicated he might attend if needed but suggested it would be preferable for the two leaders to meet independently. Russia has reportedly proposed Budapest as a potential venue, a symbolic choice given the city's role in the 1994 agreement in which Ukraine surrendered its nuclear arsenal. U.S. officials emphasized that Washington remains engaged in efforts to facilitate dialogue, while questions persist about whether any lasting security framework can be reached without fundamental concessions from Moscow.